thanks for interviewing me. I'm Sana, and currently I am graduating from my master's in UBC. And I was in the computer engineering department, worked with the supervision of Dr. Shashauli and Dr. Purang Abul-Masumi. Most serious research I've done was during my master's, which I worked on learning from heterogeneous medical data. In other words, like distributed heterogeneous medical data, which would be federated learning, or sequential heterogeneous medical data, which would be continual learning over medical data. And last year I had a publication in the MICAI, which I considered as my main highlight of my research.
Congratulations. Yeah. So I'm wondering, in your research experience, what's the most interesting or most challenging part?
For me, like knowing how to research in the beginning was very challenging because I have done some researches back in my undergrad, but I never knew how to lead a research myself. And this was very challenging in the beginning, but after a while, during my master's, I learned how to do it well, and like how to read papers and find the directions to work on it.
Yeah, I'm wondering, in this process, what are like the key resources or helpful mentors or supervisors or anything else that you find it's very helpful?
Yeah, for sure, supervisors have a big effect on it because they know the field and they know very well how to start and where to start. But for your own, if you want to have a good research, good resources, I can recommend find a few papers that is very related to it, and just what I do in Google Scholar, just follow the authors that I'm interested in and try to be on the edge of the new publications and new papers that come out, and always be aware of like what's going on the field is very important in my opinion.
Yeah, so keep your knowledge up to date.
Yeah, especially in our field, it's very
needed. Exactly. So talking about your research, I'm wondering, how do you define your research interest, and what's the motivation or some key stories that make you make these choices?
I started working on medical data since my undergrad, but since I joined UBC, I decided to work on somehow more realistic scenarios, which would be federated learning and learning using different resources, and also continual learning, the process of adapting different methods during time over the new data. So that the fact of working on something that is more suitable for the real life, I think, would be the main motivation of my research.
So to create more impact to the real world, something like that. That's wonderful. Yeah, and I heard you are graduating soon. Congratulations, and you are going to work in the industry. So how do you compare working in the academia versus the industry?
Last summer, I had this opportunity of going to an internship in the Vector AI Institute. And the difference, I think, would be that we are more product-oriented rather than research-oriented. And we have short-term goals rather than a master's, which was we would do research and learn a lot. So I think in the work environment, the most important thing is that you should create your own learning opportunity rather than making people to push you to learn different stuff. However, in the master, because you have supervisors and you can directly learn so much from them.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, do you have any suggestions for the young fellow female students? Maybe they are studying some computer science or engineering or medical engineering in their bachelor degree, and they probably are interested somehow in the research or medical problem. So do you have any suggestions for them?
I think whatever they are interested in and they like, they just don't be afraid of it and have the courage to start doing whatever they like. For us girls, it's a bit harder to gain this courage because it's more, at least the way I brought up. In my culture, it was not like girls to be so much courageous and go whatever want to do what they want. But don't be scared of the field. Don't be scared of the people who did much better than them, and they are much forward than them in this path. Just try to do as much as they want and just have the wise choices. I think one other main important thing for all female in this field is that to take themselves serious. So if they take themselves serious, other people also would take them serious. And I think that's the main point, that we should really take care of it.
I think it will be encouraging role model for them. Okay. That's great. Thank you very much, Sana, for your interview.
Thank you.